Hey everyone, QBKing77 here from the AC Syndicate team, here to do a part 2 video of my full review on the HTC EVO 4G LTE. If you have not, be sure to check out my part 1 video. I will link to it for you guys. You're definitely going to want to check that one out first, as I talk about many different things, cover many different stuff. Here I'm going to do more kind of speed tests, running some games, and doing some final thoughts and such. First of all, I do want to talk about Google Wallet. It comes with NFC. What NFC is near field communication, where with enabled devices you can put backs together and share files, share web pages, and different things such as the Galaxy Nexus. You can put them back to back. I do kind of a video demonstrating that, so I can link to that in the description if you want to check that out. But anyways, Google Wallet, you can go to McDonald's, a gas station, whatnot, and pay wherever they have that swipe to pay feature. It's kind of cool. I believe it comes with $10 preloaded if you get it recently within a few months or something. I don't know how long it lasts, but you do have that. But let's go ahead and jump in and run a couple quadrant tests. So I'm going to run quadrant standard along with Antutu. So let's run a full quadrant benchmark. I'm not exactly sure how well it's done, as I've never ran a benchmark on these devices, but I know a lot of people do like the benchmark results so they can compare it to their device and such. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for you. I would assume it's going to be very good test results. Of course, I'll be doing comparison videos with this and the Galaxy S3. I'll be doing this and probably the Galaxy Nexus as well, and the Galaxy S2 potentially, so we will see what comes of it. But this looks very great going down this hallway. Graphics look nice. It's very smooth, no lag. Got about 59 frames per second when going down that hallway. But yeah, this looks really great, really smooth. I'm very impressed with this, with the planet. The planet is the main thing. You'll sometimes get some glitches, but none. Consistent 59, 60 frames per second. So this will probably be the best quadrant than any phone that I own. So if I had to guess, on stock especially. So here we go. Let's go ahead and proceed. It'll send the benchmark results. So here we go. We have a 5,072. So you got about over 5,000 on your quadrant score, beating the HTC One X. In case you were wondering about that. So it does beat the HTC One X going on, so that's really great. 5,072 with our quadrant score. It was very smooth. It took a pretty short amount of time to run. I'm very impressed with that. In case you were wondering, that's actually a very good score. Let's go to Antutu benchmark, and we will run that as well. Let's go ahead and close it. I do want to run this test. So you got scores, you have test, you can start the test. I'm going to do a default test and check everything. So I'm going to hit start test. It's going to basically test CPU, memory, and such. Overall, as I said, with running games, running apps, I've had really no lag issues. The only thing that's really slow is the recent apps, and that's just a feature of the phone. It's got nothing to do with processor or anything, processing speed. So the 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor is actually doing a really good job. I haven't had, as I said, any issues whatsoever. All 3D games and such look great on this screen, 4.7-inch screen. It is a little big, as I said, so kind of keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and let this run through the test. I'll probably do some skipping through because it does take a bit of time. Another thing I wanted to talk about was how there's no menu button, which I'm kind of upset about. I do prefer to have a menu button. You'll see that now within applications you have to have your menu button. You'll see it has one down here. You'll see them up there. So it's always random where that menu button is, actually, which is very unfortunate because I do like to have a menu button down here. I wish they would have included one just within one of these buttons, but they didn't. So gotta live with it, of course. It seems like that's the way of the future with the OS. So you keep that in mind. Of course, don't let that deter you not having a menu button, because all these future phones probably won't have one. So I did want to kind of cover that, that it's got that random menu button down there, what that was. It's actually a menu button. It covers the whole bottom of the screen. Here's some 3D effects. As you can see, frames per second around 60 frames per second. I do like you guys to see the basically these graphics tests, just because you can kind of tell how smooth it is and how quickly and how nice it looks on the screen, actually. So you'll see it looks really great on the screen. Everything's going quick, no lag. So you really don't have to worry about that with all your high-end gaming as well. You really don't have to worry about lag, anything going on there. So overall, it looks very nice. Alright, so it looks like the test is finishing up. It finished all the graphics. did a few more tests. Looks like it's testing the SD card write speed, which would be the internal SD card that has 16 gigs, as I said. All right, so here we go. Total score of 6,902. So there you have it. There would be our final score, in case you were wondering about, from Antutu, actually. So very good score there as well, almost at 7,000. So overall, very awesome. Authenticated. It's an unauthenticated, whatever that means. So so you got that. Of course, let's go ahead and you have a ranking system. You can submit scores and such. That's with the Antutu application. But overall, a very good score there. A very good benchmark scores. They ran well. There was no lag or anything like that within those benchmarks. The graphics look great as well. Another thing I'm not a fan of with Sense is, of course, you've got your back, your home, and your recent running apps buttons right here. So you've got your recent running apps button. So here it is. It's actually horizontal as opposed to vertical on stock ICS. But you'll see your recent apps list here, basically apps that you've opened up and such. You can swipe them up to get rid of them and close them out. It is actually very slow. That is what I actually don't like about Sense 4.0 is this recent apps here. It's very slow to use. You'll see when I exit out, it's very slow to bring up the next application. When you're on one, you really can't see what's next to it and tap on it. Let me grab my Galaxy Nexus here to show you a comparison. So you have the recent running apps on stock ICS. Let me go ahead and press it. So you'll see how you have basically 4 icons that you can select from at a time, and they're all vertical. It's very fast. You can swipe them away quickly. It's much snappier, and I like it a lot more. That's kind of one thing I really don't like about this Sense 4.0 and this device is this recent apps here. Obviously, you can tap it, and it goes into them. You can close out of them by swiping them up. You tap one and it goes right into whatever the settings is and such. But overall, not a big fan of that recent apps button. Obviously, the recent running apps of the Sense 4.0 experience. Just not a big fan there. App-wise, it comes with some bloatware. You have obviously your basic calculator, calendar. You have a car application which you can use in the car. It gives you options to music and such. You have Chrome. You have it comes with Dropbox and Facebook as well if you do use those applications. It comes with an FM radio. I believe you need to have headphones in to use that. Speaking of headphones, this does have Beats audio, which I do like a lot actually. I do have a decent pair of headphones that I use, and when I listen to music, the Beats audio does sound good, even over my car stereo when I plug it in via my 3.5mm jack. It sounds good as well, so you can actually turn Beats audio off as well if you don't like them. So if you're not a fan of Beats audio, of course you can turn it off, so don't let that turn you off from the device itself. You have HTC Hub, mobile guide. You have all your basic Google apps such as Google Maps. You have Google Plus as well. Comes with the Play Store, Play Movies, Play Books. Play Music, which is the Google Music application. You have the HTC Music application as well. I haven't put many songs on here. I've only put like 15 songs on here just to kind of test it out. When you go into the music, you have My Phone, Sprint Music Plus, all these little apps up here. You can actually get rid of those. You can press and hold on one, and you can remove the app shortcuts if you don't like those up there. You can. This is the recently played. You can go to My Phone right here and it brings up your artists. You have albums, songs, playlists, genres. So let's go to songs. Kind of want to find a song to play so you guys can hear basically the microphone, not the microphone, the speaker of the device. It works pretty well. I do like it a lot. Let's just try and do a Beethoven song and turn it up all the way. Put my microphone close. Obviously not an ideal song to test this out, but of course I don't want to infringe on any copyrights or anything. But the music application is very nice. While it's playing music, you can pull down your notification bar and you can pause the song or go into the music application. You can also go into your lock screen and you'll see you have options to pause and skip songs while on your lock screen. But the speaker's great. I do like it. It's nothing amazing, but it does do its job, and it works pretty well. In case you were wondering about the speaker, on speakerphone as well, it's pretty clear. You can hear their voice well. Voice calls, call quality has been pretty good. I haven't had many issues with call quality. going on, so you know, don't really have to worry about that. YouTube videos, it does have full HD playback for YouTube videos. So if you're one that watches YouTube videos on here a lot, you will see that there are actually a lot of HD videos on here that you want to check out. So if I go to one, it will play it in HD actually. I'm on 3G, I just thought about that. I should have probably connected to my Wi-Fi. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, went ahead and connected to my Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and jump into this Bugatti versus Lamborghini video. Okay, went ahead and skipped the ad. And here's the video in HD.
Together,
it's amazing.
An entire suburban neighborhood. But can any of these carbon fiber supercars beat the Bugatti Veyron? On this week's very special edition of Head to Head.
You'll also hear the quality of the audio. Wanted to let you guys hear that, but you'll see the screen looks awesome with this video. It's in HD. You'll see that HD button. You can turn it off if you're on 3G and don't want that HD, but yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and just view it. Of course, you got to skip to the end to see them race. So here we go. Let's go ahead and check it out. It is in HD. You can hear the sound of the cars and such. Just kind of wanted to let you guys see what it is like with this full HD YouTube experience. Okay, that's good enough. So that's enough of YouTube there. So overall, as you saw, that it is very good quality with the HD. I know I kind of covered that a lot. Some of you guys actually wanted to see that. I saw a lot of requests for that, so figured I would kind of talk about that for you guys. So overall, though, messaging application is nice. You have some nice features and such. Keyboard-wise, it does come with the HTC keyboard. It's not white anymore. It is now black, and you do have arrows down at the bottom. I do like them, but I do prefer the stock ICS keyboard. You can choose a different input method. You can have swipe. So for those of you that use swipe, you can say, hey, how are you? I haven't used swipe at all since I got this device actually. So you do have swipe option for those of you that like swipe. It does come stock pre-installed with this phone. For those of you that were wondering. Also, I do want to cover one little thing. When you get a notification text message on vibrate, I've never been a big fan of the vibration of the HTC devices. Even when you press the capacitive buttons, I actually had to turn off the vibration when you press the capacitive buttons, and because it's so loud. When I press those buttons, it's actually just, you can really hear it. If you're in a quiet room, when you press those back buttons, you can really hear it. Let me actually go into the sound settings, and you'll see I have vibrate feedback off. I don't know, I'm going to put my phone by the microphone and press on this button a few times. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it's actually kind of loud, especially when you're in a quiet room. It's very noticeable. Even when you get a text message, it's not a very subtle vibration, which is kind of annoying, but I do prefer Samsung's vibration when you get notifications. That's just a personal preference. But overall, of course, as I said, it's a very smooth experience. You have a lot of widgets. As I showed earlier, you can press and hold on the home screen, and it brings up all your widgets here. Kind of like a TouchWiz style launcher. It reminds me of TouchWiz. You have all these different features. You can have a bookmarks bar. You can choose which home screen. There's no room on any of the home screens. Actually, I don't have any room. I have too many widgets on there. But of course, with your bookmarks, it is scrollable. So once these load up, you can see I can scroll through them. I believe I can pick it up, drop it back down, and resize it. It gives me the option to resize. Whoops, I kind of missed my option. So you'll see it has this resizing option that I can use if I do want it to be smaller, in case you were wondering there with that launcher option, which is very nice. But let's go ahead and jump into an application. Just kind of wanted to show you guys how quickly they open. I forgot what this app's called, Death Racing. So there you have it. It's called Death Racing. It loads on up. I believe it has some sort of 3D to it. So it does. You'll see it's loaded on up. You've got a 3D look to it, which could potentially be slow on some devices. I'm not sure. I just kind of downloaded this application. Let me turn this down. Sorry about that. I believe you just press on the screen to go, and you tilt back and forth with this app. I haven't really played it that much, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys it because of basically how fast it is, if there was any lag in the 3D graphics performance, which there's really not. Of course, this is kind of difficult to play when I'm behind a camera, but overall, it's really It's really great for gaming if you do like to game, and as I said, battery life has been magnificent, so while playing games you don't really have to worry too much about it really draining your battery. Of course it's going to, because the screen's on. That's one of the main things that drains your battery, but you really have a lot of time to basically play your games, whether you're waiting in a room and such, and not worry about your battery life. But that's just kind of a quick game I wanted to show you guys. It's called Death Racing. You can find it in the Play Store, of course, if you'd like to play it. But that's really about it. I just kind of wanted to finish up with those quadrant scores, as a lot of people do like to see those, along with some graphics testing and such. But that would really be about it for my full review. Overall, I highly recommend this device. It is really great. Of course, it's a difficult decision to choose between the EVO and the Galaxy S3, but I mean, I would really highly consider this device. You might want to wait till the Galaxy S3 comes out. I can do a comparison video. I will actually do a comparison video of the two. So if you want to wait for that, I will be sure to subscribe to me, actually, so you get notified of that. But of course, as I said, you're definitely going to want to check out this device if you're looking to get a device on Sprint, because it is by far my favorite. Overall, the thinness, the lightness, the design, the camera alone is amazing. I'll actually upload a 1080p video camera test as well. I'll get that going, so I'll post all links in the description if you want to check out those other videos. But yeah, that's really about all I wanted to cover with you guys in regards to this phone. So there you have it. Be sure to let me know how I did on my review. Hopefully you guys like it. If you have any other suggestions for other things to cover, be sure to make a comment. Be sure to subscribe as well. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All links will be in the description of the video below. And as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up.